Welcome to the live show on the internet. Yeah. We got a wild and crazy show for you tonight. Yes, we do. We're going to jump right into it.
A high school student accused of trying to give a man HIV. The woman was in court today to face these shocking accusations. It's the story so many of you are clicking on at WCPO.com and sharing it as well. 9 on your side's Roseanne Aragon is live with reaction from her school tonight. Roseanne?
Craig, Tanya, she was a teenage high school student here at Dawn Community High School, a senior on track for graduation, but now she could be a felon. In court today, 18-year-old Dawn Booker now facing a judge.
Has no felony record of any kind, no failures to appear in her history. She does live here in Cincinnati, as she has her whole life.
A young life now in a twist. She knew she was HIV positive and allegedly had sex with a man, not telling him she had the virus until after. The report reads, Booker did knowingly attempt to cause physical harm. In Ohio law, that's a crime. Anyone HIV positive must disclose that information before having sex. But that doesn't always happen. In 2012, Andre Davis, a pro wrestler, went to prison for having sex with several women without disclosing his status, passing on a virus already affecting the community. Here in Cincinnati, the Caracal organization and HIV support group helps more than 1,000 people with HIV. Now, they say in Hamilton County alone, there could be anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 people affected with the virus. A terminal virus without a cure.
This disease is something that is lifelong and chronic and could cause severe complications.
And studies show 1 in 4 new infections are found in teenagers and young adults. Booker's principal says while it didn't happen here, he was shocked.
The school had no awareness of this. We didn't even know that this, was going on. There was not a conversation with any counselor or teacher or me.
Leaving an 18-year-old girl in handcuffs and a man.
First issue I want to address is how this story was delivered. This is a child that's attending a high school, and that makes her a student. This doesn't make her a woman just because of the severity of the charge and the disease that she's dealing with. That's what I want to address first. Now, who the hell, man, want to sleep with a high school student? I'm trying to figure out what man out there in their right mind trying to sleep with a high school student. That is crazy. You got all this social media going on. You got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got Snapchat, you got all type of different ways you can go and get women. Why do you want to resort to the schoolhouse still? Women, y'all got to talk to your children. You got to talk to your children. You got to keep it real. I'm so serious because women, y'all done been through the same thing. A lot of y'all got approached by older men 24/7, especially depending on where you lived at, what type of environment you lived at. If you lived in the projects, you got approached by older men all the time. You got approached by the dope boys, the robbers, the scammers. You got the pimps. All type of older individuals always approached you, especially if you were thick and fine. That's all who did approach you. Because they want to wine and dine you, give you money. You see what I'm saying? All the above. And a lot of times that's what y'all gravitated towards. So don't think it's a new day just because times has progressed and it's 20 years later. No, it's the same situation still going on, as you can see. My question is, how long did this child have this disease? Where did she contract it from? Was it from a student at the high school, or was this an adult? As you can see, she's dating an adult. Well, I ain't gonna say dating. She had sex with an adult. So that further tells me that this ain't her first rodeo. Is this something that she's accustomed to? Or she was just experimenting and end up, having sex with an older man. What we can't ignore is that this is taking place at high school. You have students having sex, and a lot of them have sex at an early age. Due to they wanted to have sex or due to they was forced into having sex. Either way it go, it's getting done. So we need to come to means, we need to come to understanding, and we need to know that this is real, especially in the Black community. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in any other community, But once again, what's getting exposed that is happening in the black community. That's another issue I got with this story. Yes, this story is real. But at the same time, when you show a black person that's dealing with a disease like that at an early age, it sends red flags. You get other ethnic groups talking about how black people carry AIDS at an early age. Their parents have sit-down conversations during dinner time and tell their daughters and sons to stay away from the black kids because they have AIDS, and they'll show it on the news. Are they wrong for doing this? No, they're trying to protect their lineage. That's exactly what black people need to do. They need to start protecting their lineage. They need to start protecting their legacy. They need to have pride in themselves and understand that it's a battle that you fight on a daily basis. It's things out here that you can contract that'll put you in the grave. Now, I don't understand if this child knows the severity of her disease, but someone need to pull her aside and explain this to her. Because apparently she don't know. We can sit up there and call her a hoe, call her a thought. We can point the finger, but at the end of the day, as a community, the fingers are being pointed at us. We the one failed this young lady. Because as you see, we got older men that's hitting on our children. We got to blame the women and the men for the situation. Because, men, you knew this yourself. When you were trying to date a certain girl in high school or middle school, the dude that was out of school used to come pick him up in the nice cars and all type of stuff. So you always dealt with that. Not on every occasion, but you done seen it happen. So when you begin to have children and have a family, this doesn't exempt you. This still occurs. You got to have these conversations, man. You got to be proactive. It's going to go down, so you got to let them know what time it is and pray for the best. That's the only thing you can do. But you not having a conversation and trying to have this conversation can lead to your family being in a conundrum and dealing with something like this, how this child's family dealing with it. Where's her parents? Is she from a single home or she was from a two-home parent? How can this happen from a two-home parent? This is more likely to happen with a single home parent. A lot of you women, and I love all my black women. I love my women, period. Don't matter what ethnic background you are. But right is right, wrong is wrong. A lot of you women had whole stages. A lot of you women still in your whole stage. A lot of you women fail to realize that the apple don't fall far from the tree. If you was one of them females that was off the chain, you like to have a lot of men, and you like to have a lot of sex, your daughter's gonna be like that. And it might be times 10. You got to expect that, you got to be ready for that, and you got to know that it's gonna go down in that order. So once again, it's your fault because you're not talking to your children. You're not educating them. It's too late when somebody else got to educate them. We got to come together as a community. We got to stand on business. Now, this is the business we're supposed to be standing on. But like I say, we getting exploited, we getting exposed, however you want to call it, and all the bad things, man. We have yet be seeing news that shows us doing anything good as a whole. And like I said before, you can't get mad with these other groups that don't want you around, that don't want to deal with you. Because of look, this is all they see. This is all that was presented. Until we make a change, ain't nothing else can change. With that being said, if you smell some stink, that's me, Urban Gossip TV, 'cause we the shit.